Hi everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my videos, I am a Western tropical astrologer and I use a whole sign house system for all my forecasts and readings. In this video, we are talking about this upcoming week astrology forecast, and we'll be talking about May 4th to May 10th of 2026. How are you all doing from the Scorpio full moon? It was pretty intense. If you watch my previous video, the aspect that is creating, some of us might still be feeling the aftermath of it. Something might have come up for you. Some of us, you might find yourself needing to look at something that you have been avoiding or you don't really want to look at, your shadow, the deeper, darker side of yours or a certain situation or matter, or it can be your own shadow. It can also be the shadow side of a situation or relationship. You might have to face some hard truth. You might need to face some tough decision making. You might receive a rejection or whatnot. It can be a very emotional time. So if you're still feeling it, you're still trying to figure it out, know that you need to not rush, because sometimes all you can do is to give it time, allow yourself to feel them, because in order to heal, to navigate through them, to look at the solution or the other side, you have to first allow yourself to feel whatever is coming up for you. So just want to send a little love and encouragement out there to all of you that might be still feeling a bit tender from the full moon. This week we have a mixed bag of energy, to be honest. You know me. If you watch my video, you have been watching my videos. I don't sugarcoat a lot of things. I'm very straightforward. And a lot of the time with all these aspects is that there's always the light and shadow attribute of it. And you really have to see, it's really person by person, what you're navigating through. If that certain aspect is, talking to your personal planet, your own unique natal chart, you might feel it stronger than the other. So you really need to dig deeper to see how you are relating to what I'm saying. But let's begin. May 4th, Monday, we have Mars in Aries squaring Jupiter in Cancer at 19 degrees. So we have two strong planets here in strong signs, meaning Mars rules Aries. So Mars is feeling at home in Aries, strong planet. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So the both of them are in very good position, right? In the signs that they feel at home and comfortable at. So when they come together and with the square, the impact will also be greater because of how comfortable they are and they're able to really express the energy towards each other. Of course, there's always light and shadow view from all aspect and transit. So today, for some, this can simply feel like a hot air balloon moment, meaning that maybe you feel there's this really strong boost in your energy level, in your drive, your desire to get things done, right? Because Mars in Aries is that go, go, go energy, just wants to go, wants to get it done. Think a little less sometimes, but just action oriented, right? It's how you go after things. It's that drive that is in you. Maybe you feel extra motivated. You feel that strong boost of confidence, strength. You just feel super energized today because Jupiter magnify everything, right? So for some, it can feel like that. You just feel like, whoa, you are just like on the go today. On the other hand, Jupiter can also magnify your ego. So really be mindful if you catch yourself being a little bit on the verge of from confident to arrogant, confident to egotistic. You need to be mindful with how you use that energy. But for some, it can simply just that go-getter energy. Jupiter in Cancer also talk about protection, being able to feel safe and secure, feeling the need to also defend and protect, whether this is a situation, a person, a belief, because Jupiter is also talking about our belief and our faith. With Mars and Jupiter, one of other manifestation is you are feeling the need to protect or defend something, right? Maybe that you believe in, a cause that you want to fight for, protecting your home, right? Cancer talks about home, protecting your country, right? And Mars is that action energy. So when it's too much, when Jupiter magnify it, it can be being defensive, it can be overprotective, it can be triggering certain things within you that make you want to overly protect someone or yourself or a situation. And of course, on a collective level, it can also be on a collective level, it can also be world leader trying to protect their country as an excuse or reason to escalate wars, right? Because Mars in Aries is wars, violence, aggression, and Jupiter in Cancer is nationalism, right? Defending its own country, border. So of course, we can definitely see that escalating with what is happening around the world. And for some of us, this can be you wanting to fight for a cause, wanting to defend a cause that you believe that is true for you, right? So we can see it from all this different perspective, but overall, it can be a very highly emotionally charged, intense day. So please do be mindful with that energy. The next day on the 5th, we have Mercury in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius at 5 degrees. So Pluto always wants us to go deeper, right? To go within, go deeper, dig deeper, look at the shadow side, right? And with Mercury today, this is about being able to go deeper into the shadow, to the underworld today with our mind, with our thoughts, with our ideas, right? Mercury in Taurus. This can be about going deeper within yourself to explore some of the thoughts that's been popping up in your head, maybe as a conversation, right? Dig deeper to think deeper. What does it really mean, right? And if you watch my previous video, when I talk about Mercury in Taurus, is less of a chatty energy. Mercury in Taurus not just want to talk about things. It wants to make sense of things that sometimes we don't talk about, actually, right? The subtle messages, the meaning behind what's been said or what's not been said. So this is about also paying attention to what's unsaid, right? But communicated, maybe through body language, through subtle nudges or hinting, reading between the lines, looking behind what's been communicated to, but maybe there's a different perspective to it, right? Be curious and to dig deeper to what is being said or not said. On the same day, Mercury in Taurus is also making a sextile with North Node in Pisces at 6 degrees. So this can be a little bit similar as well, right? Mercury in Taurus is talking about that subtle nudge, right? That sometimes even what's not being said out, but communicate through like body language, right? And with North Node and Pisces, this can also be some of us feeling this aspect, can be feeling the nudge from the universe today, right? Or a certain conversation lead to something positive. It's a sextile, right? It can be a conversation or something that come up that lead to an opportunity, right? Meeting someone, a conversation that seemed fated in some way, shape, or form that actually led to something positive. Maybe this can be leading to a creative project idea. On the next day, May 6th, we had Pluto stationing retrograde at 5 degrees 30 minutes in the sign of Aquarius. So one of the biggest theme of Pluto and Aquarius is talking about the power, struggle, and dynamic between the power of the collective versus the power or the unchecked power of the elites, especially the tech oligarchy, right? Because we're talking about Pluto and Aquarius. So some of the biggest issues and topics that's being brought up or float around the collective right now, it's about the level of our advancing technology, right? AI, chatbot, and all these stuff, robots, and also about the data center, data farm that's been built around the world to process all these technologies, and the resource that is being used to cool down, right, which are using fresh water or fossil fuels to cool down these data farms, data center that is being built around the world. There's also news about how it's really detrimental to our health because of the pollution, the microplastic that's being produced, the byproduct from cooling down the system, and also because it needs to use fresh water, meaning it is actually fighting with us about water, because we human and other beings on this planet also need fresh water in order to survive, right? We use water every day, and now we have a competitor in the market that is also needing a lot of constant supply of fresh water in order for us to continue to use our technology. So during this Pluto retrograde, we are also being invited to ponder on these questions, to reflect on them, the pros and cons, how they should be looked at, or do we know anything about it, right? And just hours before, we also have all those Mercury aspect that is happening, especially the Mercury in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius, right? It's really asking us to ponder and to talk about, to think about, to research and to dig deeper, to educate ourselves around all these matters, right? The square between Mercury in Taurus and Pluto in Aquarius really align with everything I've just mentioned, right? All those issues that's coming up. And right before Pluto station retrograde, that aspect happened. And when that aspect happened the day before, Pluto is already stationary, meaning it's not moving, it's preparing to retrograde. So this really paints the energy and the tone of this upcoming Pluto retrograde period, which is mostly the second half of the year, because Pluto will retrograde back to 3 degrees 4 minutes in Aquarius until October 15 or 16 if you're in earlier time zone. So between now and mid-October, this 5 months, we're really being invited to ponder, to reflect on all those topics and themes that I've just shared, right? Having both planets in a fixed sign, Mercury in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius, right? Taurus and Aquarius, both fixed sign. It's also hinting and letting us know that all these issues that we are being to dig deeper and reflect on, they are not things that just come today and gone tomorrow. They are topics that can actually stay here and affect us in a longer term, right? It's going to affect all of us in the long run, because we also will have Pluto in Aquarius for the next almost 20 years until 2043, 44. So this is really kind of the first Pluto retrograde that will never dip back into Taurus, that is mainly focusing, we're really now in the Pluto and Aquarius period, we're really in those themes and energy as well. So this Pluto retrograde really kind of paints the tone of this whole Pluto and Aquarius transit for all of us. And on a personal level, Pluto talks about power, right? It talks about power within you, the power dynamic or struggles that you experience, whether it is within yourself, within with your close relationships, or you versus, you with the collective. So during this Pluto retrograde, we're also being invited to look within ourselves. Is there any situation, relationship area of our life that we feel that there's an imbalance when it comes to the theme of power, right? Do you feel like there are situation, relationship where you are not that your power is being taken away? Maybe perhaps it's time to reflect on those areas or relationship. Maybe this is the time to take action to reclaim your power back as well. So I know it's been pretty intense the whole week with the Mars-Jupiter square, Pluto with Mercury, and Pluto stationing direct. It's really intense and can be quite heavy, but we are closing off the week with a lighter aspect. On the 10th, on Sunday, we have Sun in Taurus sextile Jupiter in Cancer at 20 degrees. So this is a little bit of a helpful, supportive energy to kind of give us a little lift up in our mood by the end of the week. So this is about confidence, about leadership for some. The sextile with Jupiter is supportive, is helpful, is optimistic for some. For some, this is about growth and abundance, expansion, right? So this can be a day where you just feeling confident, feeling that you have this confident boost within you to move forward, to get motivated, to get something done, right? This is also to take action, right? Maybe this is about taking action so that you can be seen, right? Sun with Jupiter, this can also be a moment that you take the lead, or you take an action so that you can be seen. Of course, Sun related to solar rule people, which is our world leader. So today, some of the world leader might take this as a advantage for themselves to make an appearance, announce something, or to say something or do something. Hopefully, for the better, right? But we never know, right? That's because that's the trick. Sometimes, even though when there's a sextile or trine, we automatically think that, oh, it's a good thing, right? It's a trine, it's a sextile, it's supportive, it's lovely. But it doesn't always mean that something good will happen because of that trine, because it really also depends how you use those energy and what you use it for. Overall, the Sun sextile Jupiter can be a day that feel a little optimistic. For some, maybe it can feel even a little bit lucky and expensive and abundance. So make use of this good energy to do something that you want to do for yourself. For some, maybe this is a day where you receive a good news. You might even get lucky, right? You might be seen. So take use of that energy. This is what is happening this week. I know it's a mixed bag, right? Just like what I said in the beginning. So feel free to come back after the weekends. Let me know how you find them. Comment below. I love connecting with you all. And if you want a more personal reading, I do offer all kinds of astrology consultation, tarot and akashic records reading, and distant energy healing sessions. If you're interested, my information is in the description box below. In the meanwhile, I'm sending you lots of love. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you soon.